When you are breaking generational cycles or traumas, the thing you have to remember is all you can do is choose healing over the karmic cycle. That is being a cycle breaker or a chain breaker or generational trauma breaker. That is it in its essence. It's not worrying about what traumas you may have caused others and put into others or put into another generation. You cannot stop others' traumas. You cannot interfere with someone else's karmic cycle or lesson. All you can do is focus on you and your generational cycle that you are breaking. And the only thing you need to remember when breaking generational cycles, karmic cycles, is that you are choosing the path of healing over the path of running and over the path of the karmic cycle. That's all you're doing. You're choosing healing over the karmic cycle. You are choosing to opt out of the karmic cycle and seek healing. And that is all being a generational trauma breaker or karmic cycle breaker is. It's choosing healing over the cycle, over the pattern. So far, this is an active journal of me healing from the codependent karmic cycle. I have just most recently, as of September, but still only into February, really committed to choosing healing over the karmic cycle. I've done this many a times where you cut everything and start over because you realize something is wrong. Or you have no choice or something because of something went wrong, because of a tower, a shake-up due to a crumbling foundation. Tower is always good in the end. So there's been many times where either I've chosen to exit the cycle, or I've been towered, pushed by the universe out of the cycle with no other choice. But only this time have I actively chosen and continue to choose healing. This time I've chosen to go deeper into my hermit energy and really see and figure out at the root what caused this. And I've had many breakthroughs, and that's why I say this is active journaling of this process of me seeing my karma, my karmic cycle for what it is, seeing that I have been choosing it over myself and over my own healing and over my own journey. I feel as though I've done a better job at really seeing what it is, seeing it for what it is. And I feel that with this really clear understanding now of what it is, I hope I can say a lesson learned and a cycle broken. But I've fallen back into it so many times. But this time I feel like I clearly see it for what it is. I feel like I have a greater discernment power in regards to seeing something that is karmic over my own truth. I feel like the last time I cycled myself out of the codependency karmic loop, I thought the lesson was, I saw 444 right before this, just saying. Anywho, I thought the lesson was like something along the lines of what you allow, how you allow yourself to be treated of thing. And in a way I did learn that lesson, but I feel, or I know that I didn't learn the whole scale of the lesson. And that's why, ooh baby, I hopped right back into it. So again, going back to me fully seeing it for what it is now, it's easier to pinpoint. Like whereas when I decided to enter into the cycle again with Phil, it's most recent time of me choosing the cycle, I knew something. I knew something wasn't right. I knew that this was awfully familiar. I did know that. I knew he seemed a lot like Zach in certain ways. I knew the emotional unavailability. I knew that was there. I knew that was familiar. So I knew it was there. And I actively chose it and sought it out again. We know that already. But what I'm trying to get at is when I chose to opt into it again, this time I had the lesson of kind of know your worth a bit more. And I had some good mentors along the way of how to show up in a way that wasn't my go-to before Zach. So there was aspects that, again, the ego allowed to convince the rest of my being, or my ego was able to convince the rest of my being, not fully though, but enough that we fucking did another round. So I guess that goes back to each time you chose it, there was an aspect of it that you were learning. But this time I think I see the whole thing for what it is. Yeah, so that just goes to show that each individual version of the cycle had its own flair or whatever of version of the lesson or piece of the lesson, the greater whole of the lesson of codependency and temptation and the devil energy, that chained energy binding you, binding energy, binding to, bound to the cycle by choice. So in this iteration of the story, I learned not only did I choose the cycle again, not only did I seek out the cycle again, not only did I learn to take accountability for the fact that I chose the cycle and then actively played out the resentment for not choosing self onto the person that I chose, knew that wasn't going to be the thing that my soul wanted, but the thing that was familiar, that thing that I sought out and chose as another round in the cycle. Not only did I learn to take accountability for those things, and that I did those things, and it was me choosing those things, choosing the cycle again. I didn't only learn that, I also learned that I molded myself into somebody that could earn that version of toxic love, because that is what is familiar, and that is what I knew, and that is how I knew how to play my cards to get that version of love. So again, I see what I did, and I see why I did it. So now I see the lesson, I see the cycle, and now I'm actively choosing healing the cycle over choosing the cycle again. And that is all I can do. And as I continue to choose my truth, myself, and to become my most authentic self instead of putting most authentic self in a box or a cage while I mold myself into something that fits the story that I've chosen. I choose to be me and not do the familiar and not seek the known. That's that fool energy. Continuing to go on a leap of faith. Starting new, starting over. So I guess the next time I get an opportunity to choose the devil, in theory, it should be very easy for me to see. It was easy for me to see last time. For whatever reason, it was not easy for me not to choose it, not to fall into temptation of the familiar cycle. Clearly I didn't see it yet, so I had to do it again. And even in the midst of doing it again, and getting out of it again, and choosing it again, with the on and off there I had with Bill, I still said, I will never do this again. And in again I went, because I still didn't see it. I also learned that once my ego sniffed out the familiarity in Phil, I also see how easily the rest of my being was kind of swayed into choosing the ego's option because of this other lesson I needed to learn that came along with the same lesson, or with this same cycle, was falling in love with potential. Potential is nothing. Potential is a dream. Potential is a fantasy. And not what's real and what is in front of you. And that potential is what the rest of my being grabbed onto. Meanwhile, the parts that didn't want to were still screaming in the background. So, now we know how fucking dangerous, because we got ourselves in quite the predicament with the gas being left on purpose while we were all sleeping. Me and the dogs. How fucking serious that is. How long I stayed in that. I chose to stay in that. It's led me to a level of feeling of unworthiness and depression because of how much I had abandoned myself to fit into this mold, to fit into this relationship I so desperately needed to go into again. I was so far gone in that choice, that cycle, that the depression hit so hard again that I didn't want to be here, and then therefore I manifested a way out. And that is how dangerous thinking you can fix somebody is. Because that is a karmic cycle you are choosing. And it will lead you to a dangerous situation. Because this world is a mirror. So you chose toxic abuse again, and it led you to toxic abuse and abandoning yourself, and depression again, which led to him giving you an opportunity to leave, like you were saying you wanted. And that is how dangerous thinking you can change somebody is. You choose something like that due to your programming and your karmic cycle and the familiarity of the toxic love you know how to get out of that person due to your past and your ability to see this imaginary fantasy and your ego's survival mechanism of, I can fix them, because it believes it has to earn love. So Ego says, I know how to navigate this and earn love in this way from this person. And also I can fix them. And it got me in quite the fucking sticky situation that ended up being quite dangerous. And then we still held on to it even when we were gone. It was insanity. I'm telling you guys, man, the karmic cycle is fucking dangerous the longer you choose it. Fucking dangerous, dog. And it's so scary how deep the talons are in, and how deep those hooks are into you. That even after all that, even after I could have lost my fucking life with this man, not only did I not leave directly after that, once I finally did leave and was out of that house, I thought that I could still turn it around. Oh my god, how fucking insane. Can you see the insanity, okay? It's so, it is mind fucking boggling, mind blowing. It blows my fucking balls off. Oh man, how fucking crazy it is. And how, oh my god, how can you be so addicted to something? Oh my god, some ideas, I guessed. Oh my god, it's flabbergasting. I still thought I could turn it around. Even after I was put in this position where I could have lost my life because of being with this man. Okay? And I still thought, alright, what if, now that I left, what if we be friends and we can turn this around into something healthy by being friends and then building a depth of relationship? I fucking still thought I could pull it off! How fucking crazy is that? Do you see it? That was me still thinking, oh, there's a way I could choose this cycle again. Do you see how fucking insane it is to choose these cycles over and over again? And it's like, with the, like, oh, man. And with ease, man, with ease. It was something I was contemplating. I was still fucking contemplating it less than a few weeks ago. I still fucking geared myself up to have a conversation with this man. To bring out something healthy. Oh, holy fuck, man. It's fucking unbelievable, man. It really is unfucking believable. Because you just get attached and addicted to the familiar cycle. And this is what you know. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Oh, that's fucking dangerous too, dog. Holy God. I just can't. I can't. And then we have the fucking nerve to pop off and talk about people that are like mentally ill with like in actual psych wards because they have that degree of insanity. Look at you, bitch. You're actively pretending like you're not insane. Well, fully choosing to be insane. By choosing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then thinking, oh, maybe let's choose it again because maybe we could fucking make it different. Ugh. You've got to be fucking kidding me. And we talk about people that are clinically insane in this harsh light. And look at your crazy ass, okay? At least this person isn't fucking running the streets acting fucking normal. Okay? At least this person's beyond actually choosing this fucking insanity, okay? You chose it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again and again and again and again. Fuck. Do you see it yet? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. How? And like, it's like you're so fucking blind to it at the time. But yeah. Oh, man, it is mind-boggling. How, you're just how blind you are choosing to be when you're in the midst of it. Because it's pure fucking insanity, man. Oh, trying to be sane, pretend to be sane in an actively insane environment. That's some fucked up shit, man. That's fucking squirrely whirly. And fucking... Oh, man. Sick individual, man. And we have the nerve to make fun of holy fuck. It's other people, when these people in the spiritual communities, ooh, spiritual psychosis, like as if that's the fucking thing we have to be worried about! So what? Somebody thinks they're the fucking chosen one. Who cares? There's people out here actively choosing to be insane. Oh. The level of darkness that you're willing to be like, well, maybe we'll turn it around and turn it into something healthy. Bitch, this man took your life into his hands. And you were still like, well, let's maybe give her another go. Maybe if we try fucking being friends first, it'll work. You fucking idiot. Like, holy fuck. And how the fuck? Do you see what I mean? Oh. And we're worried about all this other fucking random bullshit that really, in the grand scheme of things, is so harmless. Because people are just out there spewing their nonsense when you're actively choosing this cycle over and over again when it's so fucking dangerous and you were put in a position where you could have lost your life. And you still thought, let me fucking give this another go. Okay. Unfucking believable. And then, okay, I don't know how much longer I can rant on about how fucking unbelievable insane this is. And that how stupid it is that we worry about other shit when you got this kind of fucking bullshit going on. And how fucking blind you are to it. That means everyone is that fucking blind to it. Oh. It's like, it's active. It's the active putting on your own blindfold. Insane. In fucking sane. Oh, man. Like, Jesus. Absolute denial of the fact that you chose somebody from the jump that was emotionally unavailable and you thought, let me change that. And continued to do so. Because it's so many things wrapped into one, right? But holy fuck, I can't, it's the, like I say, man, it's the putting the blindfolds on yourself. Oh, what is going on? What's happening? Bitch, you chose this insane cycle. I just hope, I'm just hoping, he'll finally open up. Bitch, you've been saying that from the fucking beginning! That you thought you could get him to open up. You thought you could earn the love. And that's why you dove in. Okay? Stop looking. Oh, it's the intentional blindfolding of the self. It is so crazy, man. Stop looking at something. Oh, this is Jess's perfect example. Stop going to McDonald's asking for a Whopper. It's not fucking gonna happen. You can't get one there, so stop fucking asking. My analogy is gonna be, I see that you are metal. Let me turn you into water. Okay? Well, maybe if I could just turn him into, maybe I could just melt him. Maybe he'll just turn into water just yet. Ugh. You see, it's fucking exhausting. So that's that, okay? To the point of exhaustion, of just explaining the level of insanity this shit is. That's it. All you can do is choose healing and not running from the hardship. Running from the unknown. And choosing the known. You gotta choose the unknown. Choose the healing. Choose yourself. Choose what feels right. Choose truth. And not some fucking crazy fucking story you're telling yourself. Alright? That's all you can do when breaking cycles. Choose the healing over the familiar. Over what you've been doing. Over the insanity. Okay? Be sane! That's all you have to do. Don't choose the same thing over and over and over again. And wonder why it never changes. Okay. Okay. I'm glad we got another 44 minutes of how not to be insane. Really, it's just recognizing the karmic cycle and choosing not to be blind and choosing not to ignore your first red flag from the fucking jump. Oh, this person's emotionally unavailable? No, it ends there. That's it. That's the flag, sister. That's the fucking flag, idiot. Okay? It's not, maybe I can change that, so let me ignore the red flag. No. Okay? It's let me find somebody that is showing me where I'm at right up front. Okay? And the problem is that's where I was at. I was at a point where I still didn't want to do the work of opening myself up and looking at my shit. I thought, let me choose somebody else's emotional unavailability to focus on other than my own. I was unable to choose myself and be open to my own feelings. Chose to mold myself again. Chose to cage myself again. Okay? Okay. No more potential. Only what is actually right in front of you. No more choosing the familiar. Choose healing over the karmic cycle. And that is all you need to do to be a cycle breaker. Choose healing and not the cycle. Choose sanity, not insanity. Okay? I love you. I'll try not to do this again. I think we get it. We're choosing healing. We see what we've done. We're gonna not do that anymore. And from now on, it's gonna be just leading by example. Choosing your own truth. Letting your feelings be the intelligent guide that they are. Don't ignore red flags. You can't change red flags. Red flag is there for a reason. It's fucking red, and it's waving in your face so that you will see that this is a fucking bad idea. This is something you've seen before. This is something no good. Don't ignore it, for fuck's sakes. Okay. Be in this world, not of it. I'm gonna share my journey of that with you guys. Continue to share. Continue to lead by example. Continue to share all my insights. And remember, you have everything you need inside of you. Choose you. Choose new. Choose what's true. Follow your feelings. Follow your joy. Choose healing. Not the cycle. I love you. You've come so far. You did it. You figured out a lot. We're fucking growing. We're healing. We're realizing. We have open eyes, open intuition, committing to self and healing, authenticity, what works for us, following God's wisdom, being so grateful that God raised me in the way that He did, and is such an incredible example of what a real parent should be. And a real role model. And all I have to do is come back to what is true within myself. And that is what has taught me the best parts of me, which is God. Okay? Listen to God, not the devil, which is the one that is telling you to do the things that are familiar. Okay? The ties that bind, Eight of Swords, shit. limiting thought patterns and beliefs, we're not doing it anymore. We're choosing God again and again and again and again for all of eternity, and no longer choosing the devil. Temptation. The ties that bind. Insanity. Okay? Okay. I love you. You have everything you need within yourself. Good luck. Until next time. Bye-bye.